Hello, my friends, and welcome to another rousing adventure in the land of Kriegeland. Today, we have the exciting opportunity to witness the first official Contest of Kings, a powerful a display of powerful characters that will do battle in the Arcane Engine, controlled by the Master Wizard Balerio. So the players will be playing level 10 characters, and they will be teamed up in teams of two, fight to the death, 2v2. That being said, let's go ahead and introduce our players, starting with the newest and the youngest.
I am Ethan Fitzgerald.
Yes, Ethan joins us in the multi-generational facet of Heroes of Kriegeland, as we've had many father-son duos now. And then going up the age ladder here, the rest of you have played before, but quick intro for anyone watching.
Hi, welcome. I'm Damien. Nice to see y'all again.
I'm Kyle, Ethan's uncle and Drew's brother.
Mm.
And I'm Drew, Ethan's father.
Let's talk about where your characters are, and we'll go over a little bit of the rules here. I'm going to read just a little bit of an intro that will get you guys like where started out where you are, and then after that, I'm going to have you roll initiative. All the rolls will be done by me. There is a camera that is on this map that you can't see, but it'll keep me honest. It'll keep everyone honest on the rolls. When you guys roll initiative, we will go over a few specific rules and stuff like that. But the idea is that you're going to have to introduce your characters and talk about what to do in the battle in real time as like danger and combat. As a team kind of jumps in. So here we go. The roar of the crowds made it real. When you took up the contract for a gladiatorial display, the likes of which Calistan had never seen, you were skeptical. When you were told to travel to Creskall, a nothing town on the edge of the frontier, you were doubtful. And when the old wizard in his stone ruins told you the whole of Kriegeland would be watching, you felt duped. Prepare yourselves for danger and conflict, then enter the portal, he said to you, and the other formidable contestants. The Arcane Engine will place you together with your partner. Once you reach the other side from there, only survival matters. And as you passed through the portal, shifting through realities, you saw the connected dimensions pass by, and the grand stadium of Azure Gate appeared before you, every seat filled and the roar of the crowd as real as if you had been in the center sands yourself. The echoes of excitement rushing in and out of your senses as your boots suddenly gained purchase on dusty stone ground. Pitch-black tunneled caves worm their way in and out of a rocky chamber, and you and your partner find yourself in. Roll initiative. You guys are in a series of rocky caves. They are lit with like a magical low light, so there's just a little bit of light all over. But other than that, they look to just be like sealed, rocky, kind of like natural, like caverns. So the first thing we're going to do is roll initiative, and then I'm going to roll a nature check for each of your characters. And then... Actually, wait. I'm going to do initiative... We're going to do initiative, and then we're going to roll what room you're in so we see who your partner is, and then we'll roll for a nature check. So let me do initiative first.
So no introduction to the wizard like we set like last time. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you guys met him. Your characters met him essentially, but the idea is as they're going to give you a big monetary reward. Or a monetary reward is what they said, and the winning team gets more. All you guys have to do is just beat the other two into knock them into 0 hit points, and if they don't have any abilities to come back from 0 hit points, then they'll just be removed from the simulation. Okay, so first things first, let's do, I need everyone's, I guess they're just initiative, stat? Is it all? Everyone just has plus dex, I'm guessing, unless anyone has the alert feat.
+2.
You're not.
Okay, so Damien, you have a 9 initiative. Drew, you have a 21.
Nice.
What was your plus, Kyle? 2? 21!
Nice.
That's
Hope
it,
me and Drew are
Rock,
together.
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice.
And what is your plus, Ethan?
I've also got +2.
Okay, just medium armor builds all around, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
You
guys
got
wear armor?
you got a, I don't know, I'm just that's like medium armor is just like the classic, like if you have +2 dex, you're going for medium armor because it's the max. You got a 19, so it's Kyle and Drew, then Ethan, then Damien. So the next thing we're going to do is see where you guys are. So how this is going to work is I'm going to roll 1 dice for each of you, and any that match, that's going to be a team up. So
Jeez. So it's not even like you picked, like it's just the fate of the dice.
yeah, just pure fate of the dice. So we got
So good.
We'll do Kyle, Damien, Ethan. Okay, it's Kyle. Wait, yeah. I actually rolled 2 1s and 2 4s perfectly. So it's Drew and Ethan.
All right.
Okay, so oh my gosh. Okay. All right. I have you in your starting zones. You guys are in rocky like cave-like crevices. For all of you, it's about they're a little bit different in size where you are, but and I'll explain them a little bit more. But there's just like kind of like ragged, natural like chunks of open cave, and then you can see there's like tunnels that lead off. Some tunnels are kind of big and some kind of tunnels are kind of small. Now everyone's going to roll a nature. So what is everyone's nature plus?
Sure.
I have a -1.
Same.
So we'll start with a -1. You got an 8, no good.
0.
0. You got a 7, no good. Drew, what was yours? A 2? Got a nat 1, no good, and no one knows anything. And then
-1 too.
-1, a 10. That is just good enough for your character,
That's me.
Damien. Your character can identify that the type of place you're in is a Grick cave, like a Grick hive. And Gricks, if you aren't aware, are like cave tremors, like from the movie Tremors. They're like big, stony worms, like snakes with tentacles and like barbed tentacles and beaks on the front of their face, and they can hide in the stone and like pounce on you and try to grab you, eat you alive.
So I'm gonna immediately look over at whoever I'm with and say, I'm gonna say, don't touch anything.
Okay, so we are going to start with, so how this is going to work is, if you guys aren't in, we're going to just go initiative order, and then at the end of the initiative order, it will be like kind of the environmental phase where I like check some things and do some stuff on my end. Because
while we're talking to each other, you should deafen the people on the other team.
I'll get to learning about that kind of stuff. Just don't metagame, guys. Obviously, let's keep it fair. But you at least won't know where each other are. So, we'll start with Kyle, because Kyle and Drew you guys are opposing teams, right? Because it's Kyle and Damien. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with So how it'll work is when you're not in like combat, like in danger, the way that speaking is going to work is you can, on your turn, you can say one thing and get a response from who you're speaking, from your partner. And that's if you guys aren't like currently engaged in anything like skills or fights or anything going on.
Yeah.
Once you're in combat or it's like alerted, that's going to be a, you can say one thing on your turn, but you don't get to like have a response. You have to wait for their turn for a response to occur. There's 2 tunnel sizes that you can see. Let's talk about those. The tunnel sizes are large and medium, respectively. So what it means is for the large tunnels that you'll be able to see, the large tunnels any of you can fit into without problem, but you can still only go in single file. You can still only get in single file, but there's enough room that you're not like, it's not difficult terrain and it's not like problematic, like prone fighting type thing. If you go into one of the medium tunnels or the like smaller tunnels of the 2, everyone except for Kyle, because Kyle is a small character. I think everyone else is medium, right? So
technically,
yeah, you're technically medium, but you're even bigger, honestly. So it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll still run it for either way. So if you go into the smaller tunnels, for Kyle, they're regular. But for the rest of you, you're going to be what I call like, it's like half prone, where like if you're in a small tunnel, you're crouched down enough that you have to choose one of the disadvantages of being prone, which is either attacks have advantage against you or you have disadvantage on your attacks. So you can choose at the start of your turn, if you're stuck in the tunnel and you're starting your turn, you could choose which negative you would have, and that applies until the start of your next turn.
Clarification question here.
Yeah.
Is that's for hand-to-hand combat?
It's for any kind of combat that exists in that tunnel if someone that's too big for the tunnel is in the tunnel.
Okay. And then the large tunnel, because I'm small, could we technically be side to side?
Yes.
Me
yes. You and someone else
Okay.
could be in the same spot or like be side to side in the larger tunnels. Correct.
or me just like under their legs or something or whatever.
Yeah, or just right up to the side of them. Okay. And then the last thing that we need to make sure everyone knows, and this is a rule that Kyle kind of found / regurgitated that it's really, really important. You can only cast one non-cantrip spell. So any like level 1 or more, you can only cast one per turn. So Silvery Barbs, for those that have it, can't be cast with another spell on your turn, even though it's a reaction. So if you have like a spell that's a bonus action, you can do a bonus action and like a cantrip if you want to do 2 spells, or if you use an action spell that's a spell, but then you have something else that's a bonus action, you can't do that. So just remember that it's one spell-slotted spell per turn.
On the same turn.
On the same turn.
And that's your turn. So if you wait for someone else's turn, like it doesn't have to it's not until your next turn.
Yeah, as soon
if
as
you have a reaction on someone else's turn, then you're okay to cast counter, by the way, or shield or silvery barbs.
Right.
You just can't do it on your turn.
Right. Yeah, Damien?
Did we get a chance to cast anything for our pre-battle spells?
You can now because you're in a room, and we'll start with initiative. So now we'll officially, now that we've gone over some ground rules and some clarifications about what's going on, we will start. So let's start with Kyle, and it's Kyle and Drew, but we'll just go Kyle for now since you guys are separated. You can speak one time and then decide what you're doing. You guys are in a room that's it's uneven, but it's anywhere between like 20 to 25 feet across or down or whatever. There are 3 tunnels leading from the room, 2 small, 1 big. It's like off to your right. There's a big tunnel and a smaller tunnel kind of like pretty close to it. And then it's behind, and then the opposite side behind you, there's another small tunnel going back that way. And then in the room itself, other than just like the rockiness of the cave, there are a couple of like big, like pretty sizable, like stalagmite-ish, like rock protuberances that you could like maybe cover behind. One's not so big, and then one's kind of big, but it's also kind of in the corner. So
Okay.
So that is
I would
it.
like to look at my teammate. What do I see?
Oh, yeah.
Just-
There you go. That's good. You won't need to roll perception to look at your teammate. Your teammate looks like a tiefling. Well, I guess, Damien, just explain what you physically look like.
You see a purple tiefling with brown hair, and they look kind of spooked right now.
Okay, but anything like indicative to like what your class may be? Like, are you like?
Yeah, what are you
like? Does
wearing?
it look like maybe
armor
you're
or...
like hand to hand or like?
He's wearing leather armor. You can see a great axe across his back, and a quarterstaff, like in a holster type thing on his side.
Okay.
I don't know if you can side holster a quarterstaff. They're like almost as tall as you.
He's got some sort of quarterstaff somewhere else as well.
I mean, it's a walking stick.
Okay.
You can be holding it.
Okay.
So you have, based on his armor and like weapon choices, you actually have no idea what this guy is.
Okay. In that case, I'll say, that's a lovely axe you have there.
Ah, thanks.
Where did you get it? Where did you get it?
Some dwarf. He said it'd be useful, and I said, all right, just in case.
Okay.
That's all I can say, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
I said
and then do you
something
want to
and got a
move
response.
around or take any actions or wait?
I'll kind of like wave this way, and I'm going to go towards the small tunnel next to the big tunnel.
Okay. Do you want to go into it or just to it?
I mean, can I,
You could start
30 feet movement, how far can I get?
It's only 10
I'll
feet.
go to the mouth of it.
It's 10 feet to the mouth of it.
Oh, I also forgot to mention I have a pseudo dragon on my shoulder.
Oh, there you go. He's got a pseudo dragon on his shoulder. That probably helps.
Okay, so that's like a familiar.
Yeah.
Like, I would understand that he's a
Yeah.
caster. Oh, dang, I might have said something else. Oh, well, we'll keep it. I suppose for my action, I'll try to do a perception check, I guess, down the small
Down
tunnel.
the small tunnel? Okay, yeah.
Like, are they like right next to each other? Could I like kind of look at both, or it's like one or the other?
They're pretty close to like in the city. So like
Okay.
you could really do a perception down both because both the entrances are fairly close
Okay.
and kind of on the same wall. So I'll just roll one perception to kind of
Okay.
like glance at what is your perception.
+5.
Okay, you got a 16 total then. So you can see just fine because you have enough dark vision. They both go down away from you, and then they both curve like kind of this way, and that's where you like lose sight. So they both go like away
Okay.
and to the right of you. Similar curve, similar area, so they might be going to like the same place if they connect.
Okay.
But you're not. You couldn't be
Okay.
sure until you went through one.
Okay.
And then that's the end of your turn.
Yeah,
Do you have like?
I don't want to be.
You don't have any spells to cast that you want like prepped or anything, right?
That's a good question. I will cast. I'll touch myself. Oh, by the way, I'll describe myself for my teammate. I'm a gold kobold with a shield, a really nice cape, and half plate. And he'll touch his half plate and cast Armor of Agathis.
Oh, okay.
Good
Well,
one.
first level.
Okay, good to know. How long does Armor of Agathis last? Is it just until
An hour.
Oh, okay. So you're good basically for the whole encounter then, because it's only
Yeah,
5
or
temporary
once-
HP, right?
It's 5 temporary HP. And I think once like the HP goes away and like the
Yeah.
damage from it or whatever,
Yeah.
like it goes away, but it'll last an hour.
Yeah.
And it's not concentration.
Okay. So a tiny little, it's not a concentration spell. I did know that. So a tiny little golden scaled kobold with like a Scottish accent is like, I like your, or says something about your accent. He wanders over, looks down some tunnels, casts a spell on him, and there's this little like icy fog aura that's like surrounding him. Drew, you look at your partner, and Ethan, if you want to go ahead and describe what you look like / maybe what you could do.
All right. I'm a fairly tall, like dark elf, dark hair, pale skin. I'm wearing a breastplate, but I don't seem to have any weapons on me. I do have like lots of bird tattoos down my arms with like lots of talons close to my hands.
Uh-huh. So he's like one of those pagan dark elves.
Oh yeah.
And I am a centaur with like splotchy kind of like white and brown skin that the pattern continues down the body of the horse part. Natural coloring on the horse part, but not so natural on the male part. And then I've got like a bunch of like bandoliers with what looks like alcohol. And then he's holding a short sword, and that's about it.
So
He does have on a little cloak that seems a little bit too small for him.
okay. Okay, the room you are in, before you take any actions or say anything, you are in like a 15 by 15. It's not a perfect circle, but it's a pretty circular like cave area, and there are 3 small tunnels that lead out of it. There is basically it's like one to the right from where you are, one kind of off to the left, and then one like kind of back and that way to the left.
We're in a 15 by 15 foot area, and then there's 3 small tunnels that I'm gonna have to like wiggle through.
Yeah, you're gonna have to crouch down for sure to get if you want to go anywhere out of this cave. That being said, you could say something and get a response from your companion, as well as move and take actions as normal.
I'm gonna look over at him with like this glazed look in my eye and go, "Well, this feels racist." Ugh. And I'm gonna try and like shamble down the middle tunnel.
The middle tunnel? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. My speed's 50, but I don't know if that speed necessarily translates when I'm like small.
It's about 10 feet to get to the tunnel entrance, and then it's another it's going to be another like because it's difficult terrain. So it's going to be about 30 feet to get through. Are you going to start going into the tunnel and wait, or are you going to just like keep going down the tunnel as far as you can go?
I'm gonna keep going unless something catches my eye.
Okay, so you are able to go 10 feet to the tunnel entrance, then half movement about 30 feet to get, and you come out into another bigger stone chamber. It's probably about 20 by 20 feet. When I say bigger, it's not exactly huge. But when you get into this one, you see that there's the small tunnel you just came out of. To the left, there is a small and big tunnel. Straight across, there's 2 small tunnels and a big tunnel. And then to the right of you, there's a small tunnel and a big tunnel. So you've come into like what seemingly would be like a centralized area based on how many tunnels come off of it. And that's about your movement to get there. Do you want to take any actions?
No, what am I going to do? Attack the darkness?
I don't know. I'm just asking. Ethan's turn. Your centaur companion drunkenly, you can smell the rum on his breath or whatever it is. And he says that this
smells like it's coming from my breath.
Yeah, and he says this is racist, and he starts weirdly horse crawling awkwardly down a small tunnel. And it's really loud. Click, clock, clock, clock. There's like an echoey, cloppy sound going on through the caves.
Cursing the whole way down the tunnel, too. I'm being loud.
Oh, yeah. So, where you going, Ethan?
Well, I'm going to use a free action to be disappointed. I am going to use my Pact of the Blade to summon my greatsword, and then I'm just going to try and follow him down the tunnel.
Okay. As you start to enter the tunnel, right about the time you crouch in and you're starting to go in, a chunk of what seemingly was rock next to the tunnel entrance. Actually, never mind. I lied. You head down the tunnel. It's awkward. It takes you 10 feet to get there. Then it takes you 20. You're about 3/4 of the way through the small tunnel, and you can see the centaur like just outside of the room that you're coming up on. But that is the last of your movement, and I guess unless you dash.
I mean, I'm not doing anything else with my action.
You want to get
This
into
is
the room
faster.
then? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you are now in kind of the centralized room. Again, there's a small tunnel that you just came out of. Almost immediately to your right, there's a large and small tunnel. Across the way, there's a large, small, small, and then over off to the left this way, there's one more small, big. And then now it is Damien's turn. The kobold's just staring, kind of looking down at down the two tunnels.
All right, so I'm gonna walk up to him, and I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm gonna catch up, and I'm gonna just like gesture. Don't go too far, and hold up my necklace.
Okay. Like, well, you're gonna say that or gesture to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna say don't go too far, and then I'm gonna hold up my necklace and gesture
Okay. He points at his necklace and says,
as I walk up to him.
Don't go too far. You can respond.
I just have one question about the axe. Do they make it for men?
Are you just waiting to let the kobold go down the tunnels first, or?
I think. Can I try and peer down the tunnel and see anything on the other side?
It's kind of the same. There's two tunnels that kind of go and they curve in the same way. So as far as you can see, it just goes to like a curve. So until you get to that curve, you wouldn't be able to see past it.
Do I have enough movement to like get to the curve and try and glance past that?
Which tunnel? Big tunnel or little tunnel?
Big tunnel.
Okay. You can get right to like the bend of the curve at 30 feet of your movement, and then you can see that it like you followed it this way, and then it like wings back around this way. So the tunnel can
like lean around the corner.
Looks like as far as you can see, it's just tunnel unless you decide to dash.
More tunnel.
Yeah, just more tunnel.
I'm gonna look back, say follow me, and dash.
Okay. All the way to just as far as you can go down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay, so at 20, you can see that the tunnel begins to open up. And because you are dashing, there is no indication of stealth at all. So the dark elf and the centaur, you start to hear echoed boot steps.
I went down the right tunnel.
You hear echoed boot steps coming down the large tunnel that is straight ahead of you guys. Like kind of straight to the right. So Damien, your movement ends as you get to the edge of the tunnel, and I will need you to roll a perception check. It won't be hard, but what's your perception?
Not great.
Is it -1?
So I actually didn't calculate it, but it's a -1, but I'm proficient in it.
Okay,
so
what's your guys' proficiency bonus at 10?
Isn't it +5?
+4?
+4.
4. So you have
So I
a
have
+3.
+3.
That's not bad.
At least I'm proficient in that.
Okay, you succeeded your.
Unless he multi-class, in which case it's +3, so it would be a 2 if he has -1.
No, proficiency stays the same with multi.
Yeah,
That doesn't change.
your proficiency goes up on
I
like a
did it
level.
Based off the player level, not
It's-
class level.
Yeah, it's just the layer.
Just change it to 4, Drew. Change yours to 4.
So you're
Ding,
able.
ding.
You succeed your perception enough where you run and you stop at the edge of the tunnel and you can see into a 20 by 20-ish foot tunnel, and there is a dark elf and a centaur, your opponent, standing right there. He just dashed too. So do you have any bonus actions that you want to take, or do you want to head 10 feet back down the tunnel?
I'm gonna go 10 feet back down.
Okay, he turns around and
There's-
so you guys see a tiefling kind of run to the spot of the tunnel where he just rounds the corner, sees you guys, his eyes go wide, he just skitters onto a heel and just runs back down the tunnel. It's Drew and Kyle. You guys technically kind of go simultaneously, but because you guys are opponents, I'm just gonna roll each time.
How about since I went first last time, you can go first this time?
Okay, we'll just
I don't know
switch.
if there's a way to make it easy as possible without without too many rolls.
Yeah, that's good. We can just switch off each time. So,
Yeah.
so Drew, it is.
So, man,
Oh wait, that was the end of the action. Before we get back to Drew, I got to do environmental stuff. So, okay, that is everything. All right, now it is Drew's turn. All right, so you're headed towards. You're chasing down the warlock.
yes.
Okay, as you step
So,
out from the kind of near the entrance of the tunnel you just came from, as you move 5 feet away, the Grick that was following you guys down the tunnel from the room you were in is going to strike at you with an attack of opportunity. So as you run off real quick, hold on now, you hear something clack behind you. And you can tell that something struck out at you, but you weren't paying attention. So even when you glance back, you don't see anything other than the entrance to the tunnel looks like it's filled with a little bit more rock than it was, which lets off some alarm bells, I'm sure. But I assume you don't want to turn around and deal with that because you're trying to get to the warlock, right?
yeah, I'm trying to get to
Okay.
I'm trying to get to him.
Okay. So
So what I'm going to do,
with
since I now have
25
Go
of
ahead.
your speed, so half your movement, you are rounding the corner and basically galloping up onto the warlock that's just running down the tiefling running down the tunnel.
So let's do it. Let's do it this way. I'm just gonna run up on him and I'm gonna try and attack him with my short sword.
Okay. One attack.
Well, I have two. Mistaken. Buttons. Let me see. Nope. I just have the one attack. But what I'm going to do is because I've run for more than 30 feet, I do get a charge. It is considered a charge attack.
If he's in the tunnel, is he able to run?
I was gonna say, well, hold on. It's the larger tunnel, so that's kind of okay for him. But it says you have to move 30 feet, and do you have to move a certain amount straight first? Is it 10 feet in a straight line?
I think it might be just 30 feet in a straight line as a centaur.
Okay,
So
well, it's not a straight line because you're running into a very windy tunnel to chase him down. So if straight line is part of it, then no charge. Yeah, Kyle.
Okay.
Isn't this the medium tunnel?
It's the bigger tunnel, like the big tunnel. He went down the big tunnel, not the smaller one.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Thank you. I obviously didn't hear that.
Okay, so one slash with a short sword. Are you doing anything with it or added onto it, or is it just one single, just running up and giving it a quick stabbity?
I believe that's just a quick stabbity.
Okay, I know you have other things that you can add to that, right? If you wanted to, but
Well, I would be more of if I hit, I might use key points.
that's what I was getting at. You do hit, because isn't your AC 14, Damien?
13.
13. Okay. Well, I rolled a 14, so you hit even if you had a -1 to hit, which I doubt you do, because if you do, you shouldn't be in the Contest of Kings.
Well, +6 to hit, so.
Okay, there you go.
I shouldn't be in the contest.
What is it? Just a D6 plus what?
+2.
Damien, take 8 damage. Max.
Ah.
Everyone make sure you're keeping track of your spell slots and hit points, because I don't want to have to do that for all of you.
You said 8?
8. As you hear echoed hooves, clank,
Clop, clop, clop. I
Yep.
turn around.
And you hear it running you down, and then a bite to the shoulder.
It's just
I will use a key point and go flurry of blows.
Okay, flurry of blows, is that so? That's 2 unarmed attacks on top,
Yes.
both +6 to hit.
Yes.
rudical. Absolutely.
One hit, 1 miss. So that's is your monk?
D4.
Is it D4 still, or are you at a D6? Okay,
D4.
D4
I
plus
believe
2.
it's D4. Yep.
Oh,
D4 plus 2.
Ooh, another max damage. 6 damage, Damien. So 14 total.
You suck.
Nice.
Whap whap. So he like
So another
He, like, hits you with a hoof, kind of runs you down a little, and like starts slashing at you, and you're like, oh crap, running down this tunnel after like running from a horseman was the wrong idea. But it is now. Do you have any other bonus? Oh, you did your bonus action, so it is now. It's now Kyle.
Flurry of blows with bonus. Yeah.
Kyle, roll a perception to hear if you can hear the cloppity clops down the tunnel you're standing in front of.
Okay, sounds good. Do you just want me to roll it?
Oh no, sorry.
Or do you want to roll it?
My bad.
Plus
What's your
5?
+5?
Did you forget?
I forgot. You got 11, so I'm gonna say you don't hear anything down either tunnel at the moment. You just, he
Okay.
said follow me, so.
And I'm just going to throw this out there. Remember, I have blind fighting. So
Yeah.
if something, even if I can't see it, is within 10 feet of me, I kind of know that it's there.
You can know that it's there in the sense that you can like react and you can't like get surprised or anything, right?
No, it's as if I can see it.
Pretty
right?
much at
I have
sight.
I have
Yeah.
like
Is it
360
like
sight
it's
within
like
10
blind
feet.
sight? It's like the blind fighting. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, you can tell that the large stone protuberance next to you and the one behind you, the smaller one, are both things that are like alive. And one is much bigger than the other one.
And is obviously the bigger. Is it within 5 feet of me? Like if
It
I move,
is.
it's going to get opportunity attack.
If it feels like taking one, yeah. Which it will, because you're just a tiny little creature on your own.
A tiny little creature all on his own.
Are you
Well,
gonna?
crap. I don't.
Well, you could disengage and run down the hall because you don't know there's an enemy down the hall. You just know you're following your buddy. You're like, oh, there's clearly danger
I didn't
next to
hear
me.
anything.
And you didn't hear anything, so
I'm going to disengage, though.
I know you don't want
It
to.
can't hit me. I'm very confident in my armor, so I'm gonna notate that it's there, but follow my
Okay.
teammate.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll take the attack.
So as you start to like head into the tunnel, sure enough, the big rocky protuberance whips out, and it's a Grick Alpha. So it's the like it's like the leader of the nest. And it's going to bite at you with its little tentacle mouth. And if it hits with this, it also gets to do its beak damage. Or it gets to roll to attack with the beak damage. So let's start with the tentacles. It did not hit you. You hear the quick like clang of the bone and the tentacle shards, or and then you start running down the hall. So you have 30 speed.
I do have a 30 speed, and let's see.
As you
He'll
run,
just like laugh because he knows that it tried to hit him.
yeah. As you round the corner at about 20 feet, you can see the warlock, and then just around the corner around him, you can see like the edge of like a centaur like attacking him.
Okay, so the warlock is within 5 feet of the centaur.
He is.
And how close am I to both of them? 10 feet
It's
away
yeah.
from the warlock.
You're 10 feet from the. You're 10 feet from the. You're 5 feet from the warlock, and he's 5 feet from the centaur. So
10 feet from the centaur
player
total.
smell?
Okay. I will use a class feature and cast Hexblade's Curse, which is not a spell.
Yep. Okay.
And
That's a bonus
I will
action,
use
right?
That is my bonus action, yes.
Okay.
Blind fighting is if they're within 10 feet, I can effectively see anything that isn't behind total cover, and I get like I'm able to like ignore that. So because he's within 10 feet,
Okay.
I don't take
Okay. So
disadvantage.
he does
or
not have two
plus
extra. He doesn't have 2 extra AC right now. Then. Okay.
And I have tactics, so I'm gonna roll I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level, which I will roll at advantage for each of those.
Okay. So, oh man. Okay, so that's 4 Scorching Ray beams at advantage.
Yes, and my spell attack is +10 because of one of my items.
Okay. Woo, buddy. Let's see what happens. What is your AC, Centaur?
My AC is 18.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Actually, real quick, before, because it didn't come up, I thought you guys were going to say, I don't know if you guys still want to say your character names in character as the fight goes on, or if you want to just say what your character names are. Because I thought you guys were going to, like, take a little bit longer in that first phase.
I thought we were going to do that too.
But,
no.
So.
No, well, you just ran down the hall. I can't leave you alone.
Yeah. Hey, you went to check it out. I was like, I'm going to go check it down too.
All right.
I'll say it as part of casting the spell.
Okay,
so
yeah.
let's roll.
All right. So here we go. 27, 23, 19, and 23.
Were any of those a 19 or higher?
No, because 27 was the
Okay.
highest, and that was a 17. So.
Okay. Sugan, these nuts is gonna get you. And he's just gonna fire those 4 bolts.
Sugan.
They all do.
These nuts.
Sugan, these nuts.
The golden kobold.
The golden kobold shooting 4 scorching rays.
Yes, they do 4d6 fire damage each, right?
Oh, man.
2.
Oh, is it 2? It's 2 each? Oh.
They do 2, but because of my sorcerer class, I get +4 because it's fire.
Mm-hmm.
And
The Hexblade
Curse gets another +4, so they're all +8.
Okay, so let's just do the 4 8s. So that's 24 fire damage plus this 4 times. So 9, so 33, 4, 37, 4, 41, and then 6. So 47 fire damage to the centaur monk / other thing. Now, based on what you have, Centaur, do you take that full damage, or do you have some kind of fire resistance?
My class doesn't offer any fire resistance.
Okay. Based on one of the aspects, I thought maybe you had something for that. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Nope.
Let me check. The Hexblade's Curse might be. It just says bonus damage, so I guess it's fire.
It's your anytime something's bonus or adds to damage, it usually adds the type unless it's specific. Unless it specifies.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know, like normal hex is
necrotic
or something like that. Okay.
Okay, it is Ethan's turn.
Perfect. I am going to use my action to use my ring and cast Shadow of Moil. Lasts for 1 minute, during which I am heavily obscured, and whenever I take damage, the offending player or creature will take 2d8 necrotic.
Shadow of Moil.
And then I will...
Okay, I'm writing down turn 1 for
down.
that. And you wanna try to go down that hallway that they're all down, the big hall?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because I am heavily obscured, I do not cause opportunity attacks.
Oh dang! Okay, there was a Grick next to you, but he won't bite at you.
Yep. So I'm going to go down, and I'm going to see the kobold in the back, and I'm going to use my Hexblade's Curse on him.
Hold on, before you do that, actually, based on where you guys are at, you're like running up to the back of the centaur, who's then fighting the tiefling, and then the kobold's kind of around the corner. So if you want to get around the corner,
I just see
if you want to, you can only see the tiefling from where you're at. If you want to try to get up and like past or through where the centaur is, I would say you'd probably have to roll like an acrobatics check, maybe athletics, depending on how you want to define it.
I'll just throw the curse on the tiefling then.
Okay. So Hexblade's Curse comes out from another combatant onto the tiefling. And the Shadow of Moil was your action, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, Damien. Now
My
you're.
turn.
Yep.
All right, so I can see them both now, right?
Yes, you can.
How close are they to each other?
The dark elf is. I mean, he's heavily obscured, but there's a foggy black miasma of darkness and like a shadowy figure moving about behind the centaur. You assume
Well,
it's the dark elf.
I can assume that because that darkness wasn't there, that it's probably. So are they within 10 feet of each other?
They are.
Yeah.
I think you know what's about to happen.
I think so. I think I know.
I'm gonna need a couple dexterity saving throws from
Okay.
everyone within 10-foot radius.
So he's dropping a
location centered right between the two of them.
You're dropping a flame strike, right? Is that right, or is it a
Yeah, and
fireball?
I want to flame strike, and I want to position it in a place where it's gonna hit just the two of them if I
Okay,
can.
yeah, you can for sure.
I have an unfortunate thing. I've got Mage Slayer.
Oh, okay. So you get to do an attack of
Oh.
opportunity against him for trying to cast a spell.
Next to me.
Okay,
Do I still get to cast the spell?
you still get to cast a spell, and
I don't know.
it doesn't interrupt or anything. He can just
Okay.
gets to do some damage. So it's just a short sword swing, right?
Yeah. But I also have Sentinel, so his speed is going to go down to 0 if I hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll have to move.
You do hit. You do hit, and it's so Damien, as you're casting the spell, he does a quick like extra strike and like cuts your hand. You'll take 7 damage. And
7
now
damage.
your speed is 0. So you cannot run away.
That's fine. I wasn't planning on running.
All right, here we go. It's apparently we're going to just have a giant like destruction fest in this one tunnel. You guys didn't even
This
have
one
to.
tiny
It wasn't even
tunnel.
hard to find each other. That's so funny. I was expecting this big hunt with like gricks coming around at you all over and stuff, but you guys just
No,
ran
I'm running
straight at
straight
each
into
other.
them.
Somehow
I
found
had a
it.
strong feeling they were that way. Test it.
All right.
I don't need a battle map.
Okay, so Dex saving throws. The green one is the dark elf. The white one is the centaur. What are your guys' Dex saving throws?
+2.
+2?
7.
+7?
7.
Oh man.
Proficient in
Monks
dex
for
saving
ya.
throws?
What is the save DC for your guy, Damien?
The save DC?
Mhm.
It is 15.
Okay. Weirdly enough, the dark elf got it. The centaur didn't. So-
I'll take it.
I'll take-
Centaur takes full damage, Dark Elf takes half.
Okay, so a big old spike of divine fire comes spitting out of the cave
46
ceiling.
fire damage and 46 radiant damage.
4 of each. Okay.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of my
Love
spell
it.
slots.
Okay, so fire damage. I got 18 total. So that's 18 to the centaur, 9 to the dark elf, and then radiant damage. I got 7. So 7 and 3.
Man, I was expecting that to do more.
Well, the
Steven,
fire
get
I
better
rolled.
dice.
The fire I rolled really good. I rolled like
Get better dice.
almost max on the fire, and then the radiant damage I got like all 1s and 2s. So.
You need
Okay,
better dice, Steven.
that is the end of
7
that.
hit points left.
That's-
That suck.
You have 7 hit points.
It turns out that if someone casts level 3 Scorching Ray and hits the Centaur,
Bam, 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 bam. Okay, that's all right.
all of it.
I got. It's the environmental turn, so don't worry. There's some changes coming. Okay, so because of how you guys are currently engaged, a Grick Alpha and a normal Grick come flying down the tunnel behind, chasing after the kobold, and a normal Grick comes and tries to bite the globule of darkness. What does heavily obscured do? Is it give you like disadvantage on attacks?
Yeah, disadvantage on attacks.
Okay, so I'll start with the attack against you then. Whoa, I got a 19 and a 16, so that guy got you either way.
Oh, yeah.
So let's see, a normal Grick does 2d6 tentacle damage plus 2. So take 9 slashing damage as it pulls you in, and because it's pulling you in, it gets to try to bite. It got a 13, so I'm guessing a miss. Okay. So
Yep, a miss.
So you feel it like pull you in and scratch you up a bit, and then the beak kind of like hits you in the back, but doesn't really like penetrate your armor.
It did hit me, so 2d8 necrotic for him.
Ah! It screeches in pain. 2. Perfect.
Shadow of Oil.
It screeches in pain. And then the Grick Alpha is going to attack the Kobold. So he gets to do a tail and a tentacle. He does like a tail slap, and then he comes in with his tentacles. So we'll do tail slap.
And I know it's coming because of the blind fighting.
Yeah.
Right?
You still have,
so there's not like
you still have full AC. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and I'm not like surprised or whatever. Okay.
Nope. Yeah, he doesn't get advantage or anything, and both missed. So the Kobold does a little like side roll and like puts his shield up, and the thing like this big old worm's trying to just swallow him whole, but he can't quite grab him. Okay, we are back to the top of the round. We will say.
How's my kobold?
I guess we're saying Kyle goes first because how he switched. I wonder if he planned that on purpose, Drew.
Yeah, do you want to roll?
Let's roll off. It's too consequential.
On this
now.
one, it's the third one. It's an important one.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. We're going. Drew, say red or white.
Red.
Red is higher. Drew goes first.
Can I just ask how my kobold's doing real quick? Is he doing good?
He looks fine. He's definitely
Looks
got
fine.
his hands full, but he's looking okay. He's completely untouched.
Oh, he's not even sweating.
Yeah.
He's been in these situations before. It's all good.
He's been dodging Grick since he was a spawnling.
And then I can see everything that's happening over there in the corner because I have dark vision, so it doesn't really matter how far he is. I can see.
Well, the whole place is illuminated
doing
with like a
good,
low
buddy?
light either way. So dark vision doesn't matter in this case.
I can see it brightly.
So,
All
in
right,
this
Drew.
case, I am going to cast Ashnod's Stride,
Okay.
and then I'm going to pound back a Potion of Invisibility.
And what does the stride spell do?
Speed. It makes him go
I'm
faster,
glad
don't
you
it?
asked that. That's part of it. Let me pull it up.
You go real far.
You'll never guess how far I'll go. So your speed increases by 20 feet, and moving doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. And when you move within 5 feet of a creature or an object that isn't being warmed or carried, it takes 1d6 fire damage from your trail of heat. A creature or object can take this damage only once during a turn.
Okay. So are you running through the enemies and trying to burn them a little, or are you running back through
Oh, yeah, no, I'm running through.
them?
Yeah, I'm going invisible and then running through them so that you take 1d6 and now I'm invisible.
Okay. Do you want to try to stop on the Kobold, or do you want to get past the Grick Alpha and go past those guys?
Run past all those guys. My speed is now 70. Good luck catching me.
Okay. Well, you're definitely at half speed. Well, okay. So I need a acrobatics or athletics. Up to you. You're invisible, and that's fine. But there's a giant traffic jam straight ahead of you, and you're trying to get through it. So.
Acrobatics. I have a +6.
Oof. You got a 10. So.
You rolled a 4?
Yeah.
Dismal.
It's okay. The Grick Alpha's kind of on the ceiling. I'll just go like quadruple speed through that part. All right, you make it out and through. So you've left a trail of fire through the tunnel.
I'm using dash. No, I can't use dash because I cast.
Yeah, you make it with all of your speed. You make it out from the other side of the tunnel, past the enemies. So you're now in the tunnel, in the cave that they were originally in. And you're still invisible, but there's a trail of fire, so they at least know which way you went, because your fire is not invisible. So I'll put that as a temporary invisible marker. Kyle, it is now your turn.
Let me I'll have to write it down. For
the
some reason, my thing's
the
not.
fiery invisible potion escape was such a good maneuver. Whoa! Just then it was just out
The
of there.
greatest move of all time, right there, dude.
I'm at 7 hit points. I'm trying to not get out.
You got
Already.
Very smart.
you got you got to start
invisibility.
being a little trickier. We'll see what happens. All right, what are we doing,
Very
Sugan?
smart.
Oh, do you want to maybe as you're running out on fire, you say like, "You can never catch the likes of," and like yell out your name? Because I feel like the audience needs to know your name, Drew. And I'll spell it on the screen. Don't worry.
I'll try. Oh, you won't have to.
Okay.
And that's the last you saw of Nathan.
Nathan.
No, Nathan. You said it wrong.
Oh, sorry. All right, Sugan, where are you at?
I'm gonna go after the centaur.
He's invisible.
Still ignore the Grick.
Okay. You will have to. You're gonna endure 2
Make an
opportunity
opportunity
attacks.
attack, yeah.
Okay. Ooh,
Two?
come on,
Because
great.
there's 2 of them?
There's a regular one and an alpha that you're running past down the tunnel. Okay.
Well, hold on. And is my blind fighting telling me that I'm like close enough to the centaur if I'm like still within their range, or do I need to like take the opportunity attacks from both of them? You know what I'm saying?
You know, you don't sense the centaur unless you go past the Gricks. So.
That's what I'll have to do.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
They both missed horribly.
Oh,
Click, 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 click. They're streak at you and they turn around and they're coming, but it's not quite enough. All right.
I'm just gonna follow the fire until I sense the centaur.
Okay. You are. Ooh, that's true. That blind fighting. You can sense the centaur in front of you, and you see where the fire trail ends, right on top of him. Oh no, Nathan! You are doing a ranged spell attack on a guy who is within 5 feet of you, so you do have disadvantage.
10. I can sense him within 10, so that's when I would stop.
No, it's not about sensing him. It's about you are within 5 feet of him. When you get out of the tunnel, he's right close to you, and you're doing a ranged attack. A ranged attack has disadvantage on a opponent within threatening range of you.
But blind fighting lets me sense him within 10, so I would stop at that range.
You can't.
It's my argument.
You can't because of where the tunnel position is, and like you have to just to get past the Gricks, you have to like get out of the tunnel, and then he's just right there. So
that's the case.
It's 1 disadvantage. Okay, you want to do a different spell then? Just he can't even accept 1 disadvantage one time, guys.
One time. It's gotta happen.
What are you gonna do? Just throw a fireball on you?
The center fireball on yourself.
Burning hands.
How long do you have fire resistance for with that sorcery point?
Let me look. It's like an hour or a day.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. It can't. It's not going to be a day. It's 1 hour.
Okay. So basically the whole rest of
One.
the day. Okay.
I guess that's what I said I was gonna do. Yeah,
you can do burning hands. He just gets a dex save instead.
Which he has a good dex, right?
Yeah.
No, I said I was gonna do that, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You have a +10 to hit.
Yeah, and I rolled 12 and 13, so you still got a 22, so you definitely hit with it.
Like, you still have a +10. Disadvantage isn't that bad.
Yeah. Is it 3 d10s or just 2?
Hold on.
Two. You get the third out of.
At 11.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, you cast a spell within melee range of him.
I'm going to be using a sorcery point and get a subtle spell, Silvery Barbs. That
You're subtle spelling it, so okay.
Well, what does subtle spell do
Hmm.
then? It gets rid of a
No one
certain
can tell.
component?
No verbal, no
I can't
somatic.
tell.
It removes
all
component.
components.
Okay, but then like
So it would
what good would that be right now? Is my question.
You can't tell it
it
happens.
would avoid for me using like counterspell or silvery barbs myself,
Oh, okay. I see.
right? Is that the idea, Drew?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I like that.
Okay.
So what?
So it requires me to re-roll, but if read the spell, some people interpret it that it would just be a normal roll, but you might interpret it that it would be another roll at disadvantage. So read the spell and you're
Because
the
it
DM.
makes you, it just makes you roll at disadvantage. Basically, like adds a d20, and take the lowest, right?
It's roll. Let's read the spell.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You magically distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll. So it's in my mind that means you're rolling a third d20
Yeah,
with disadvantage
I would just be
you
basically I got a 12 as my like roll that was the success. I'm now rolling that again and having to take a lower roll. So it does sound like
whichever
it's just
of
the
the two
one.
is lower.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a
And
because
then
he already
you can
had
choose it.
disadvantage. So it's like you're adding like an extra dice on it. Yeah. Okay.
So then he basically gives advantage to another creature, which assumably would be himself or a
Yeah.
Grick. Right?
Yeah, probably. I doubt he'll give it to a Grick. I assume he gives it to himself. Turns
He's going
out
down.
I rolled again and got a 12 again, so he's still hitting even still. I'm so sorry, Drew. It's okay. 2d10s, right?
Yeah, +8.
Plus 8? Okay. Well, so the
Yeah,
total
'cause it's fire damage.
yeah, total amount is 18 then. Drops him to 0 either way. But wait, there's more. Anyway, go ahead, Drew.
I'm actually reduced to 1 hit point instead, and each creature within 10 feet of me takes fire damage equal to half my sorcerer level plus my charisma modifier. So that would be.
So we take damage, but do you still go down?
No, he drops to the first
No,
time he
one
drops to
hit
0,
point,
he
one
drops to
instead.
1 hit point instead. And then you take how much
Alright.
fire damage then?
5.
Okay.
How
No.
much do I take?
5 fire damage. Is that the total or is
I
that
have
after
resistance.
half?
That's total.
Oh, okay, so you take 2 fire damage.
Okay. Now, I used a cantrip. I would like to use my reaction
Okay. Wait. Okay.
and cast Hellish Rebuke.
Oh. Okay. And you haven't used any other reactions, right?
Right.
And is there a save for Hellish Rebuke?
There is. It is Dex, 2d10.
Is it half damage
You take
though?
half on-
Oh, so no
yeah.
matter what, you're taking 1 then. Is that you? Do you have anything to
Yeah.
stop that from happening then?
No.
Okay. All right. So there's it's okay. Imagining this.
Wait, maybe I can't do that. I used my Warlock spell slot, and that's a Warlock spell, so
Yeah.
maybe I can't
You
use
can't because you use armor, Ragadus,
Okay.
and you only have the 1 slot. Okay, never mind. He's still up. The only bonus action you can do at this point is to like hex him or do some other. Or like, you could silvery barbs him.
Why?
Yeah, I know. It's like for no reason. All right, I
Yeah.
think your turn's over, Kyle.
Damn it.
Okay, Ethan. Now is the time to take
no,
vengeance. You only have to move 5 feet up the tunnel to see a tiefling ripe for the picking.
Perfect. I'm going to do that. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to use a bonus action to activate my Eldritch Claw Tattoo. My weapon attacks will deal an extra 1d6 necrotic for the next minute.
Okay.
And I can make weapon attacks from 30 feet away.
Oh, man. Epic.
So then, action, I am going to swing at him.
And-
Because I am heavily obscured, I have advantage
Okay.
But with Elven Accuracy, I get to re-roll the lower number.
What the? Okay, and then you have 2 attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
And the next one's the same thing.
Okay. So, oh wow. So, my first one. Good thing you have Elven Accuracy, because my first one I rolled 2 1s, 2 nat 1s.
Oh.
But I get to roll one of the lowest ones.
Let's
Okay,
go,
there we
number
go.
1.
17. So plus whatever,
hits.
that's definitely going to hit. And then the second attack is an 18. So no crits, but both hits. And then they each get your proficiency for Hexblade's Curse, an extra D6 necrotic for the tattoo, and then anything else.
So it's 2d6 for the blade.
Right.
I'm going to take a -5 to hit on both of them with Great Weapon Mastery to get a +10 to the damage of both attacks.
You'd have to say that before I rolled to see it. Like, you'd have to say I'm taking the 5 out. It's okay. I'll give it.
I was going to regardless if it hit. But...
Well, that's what I mean is you need to say that you're doing that before the roll happens. But because of how much advantage and ridiculousness, I'll give you 1. I'll give you 1. So you get +10 damage on one of them.
One's fair.
So we'll go. Okay, so 3d6 twice plus 10 for the 1
plus 19 for 1.
Okay.
19 and then 9.
Okay, so you're taking 28 plus 7, so that's 35 plus another 9. So 44 damage, Tiefling.
Jeez. Okay.
It's
my turn next, right?
Are you still up?
I am still up.
Okay.
At 44.
Yeah,
damage?
44. Yeah.
Just wait until I crit.
He's coming for you, David. It's your turn.
Hang on. I my math right. Oh gosh. Okay. It's my turn.
Is it time to disappear?
I think it's time to. How close am I to my kobold?
Your Cobalt, you'll have to round a corner and go through a Grick Alpha and a Grick to get there. Just to be able to see him. So your Cobalt is very far from you right now.
I have to be within 30 feet of you, motherfucker.
Don't worry about it.
The plan doesn't work.
The Cobalt,
it said don't go far.
He has like full health. The Cobalt will be fine.
I think it's time to disappear.
Okay. So I know what you're doing. Yeah. So
what happens is you deal all that damage, and then what you see is
he looks at you.
I look at you, and then a puff of smoke appears, and an item falls to the floor.
And he's actually, I'm gonna make him roll a perception for that. There's a puff of like fiery smoke. And, okay, you succeeded. There's a puff of fiery smoke, and the necklace he was wearing remains and suspends in the air, then falls to the ground.
Well, shoot. Okay.
That being said, we are now on the...
Now that I'm in there...
Yeah, what's the total roll or is it a set amount?
So, it's Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
As a level 5. So that would be 5d4 plus 4.
D8 if it's Cure Wounds. 5d8 plus 4.
5d8, my bad.
Is that all that's in there? Is just that one? Or is that...
There's 2 in there. Oh, there's 2 of them in there.
Okay, so you're doing...
So I was planning on bringing another person with me.
Right, so are you doing 10d8 healing then?
Yeah, since I can only use
yeah, you can only use it on yourself.
Just use them both.
So it's 10d8 plus 10, right?
Plus, yeah...
So you heal 44 plus 10. So you heal 54 health.
54.
So his magic items, he's the genie warlock, and he basically put like glyphs of healing into his like genie lamp, and then when he goes into it, this one time that he can go into it, he like basically full heals, and then he comes back out.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Like nothing happened. I'm gonna chill in here for.
You're going to chill in here for a turn or two and see what happens? Okay. Yeah. All right. We are back to the top of the round. Okay, hold on. I got to do a couple of things. A Grick So the
Well,
Grick
hold on. What happened? We're at the top of the round again, or
we're
before
about
that?
to be at the top of the round. It's the environmental
Okay.
round right now.
Okay.
The regular Grick pursues you, Kyle, and goes in for an attack.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, he got a. Oh, what's your AC?
21.
No, he got a 20. Okay, not a nat 20, but just a natural 20. And then the alpha continues down the tunnel, and now that the tiefling has disappeared, he's going for that dark, shadowy blob that another normal Grick is also going for. So, what's your AC, Dark Elf?
Mine is 16.
Okay. So he hits you with a tail slam. Oh, and his thing. Oh, and the regular Grick hit. Oh, and I got double 20s. Both their beaks crit. I can't even believe it. Hold on, I got
That's crazy, dude.
Okay. Holy crap.
Confirm the crit.
I rolled again. Neither of them are at 20. Dude, I rolled 2 1s on that one roll and then 2 20s on the other one. This is crazy. Okay, so Dark Elf, you are. I hope you're got some HP because this is not going to be the funnest experience.
I've got some.
Do you have any kind of resistances or anything, or is it all just straight damage for you?
Just necrotic.
Okay, yeah, none of this is necrotic. So, you take 9 bludgeoning when the alpha hits you with his tail. Then he hits you with his tentacles for... Oh my gosh. Uh, 31 slashing. The Grick Alpha snaps you, then pulls you in and beaks you for another 13 piercing. And then the regular Grick hits you with his tentacles for 7 slashing and 5 piercing. So another 12 from the regular grip on top of all that. Whoa, as these 2 giant worms converge on your... Oh, wait, you have... Hold on.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't roll the crit damage anyway, so they still would have hit, but they wouldn't have crit. So you took that damage, but I don't have to do the crits, because I forgot about the disadvantage for your heavy obscured. So, there you go.
Did I hear him go to the other side of me?
All you heard, you can just hear, like, screeches and clangs and, like, you definitely can't hear his movement at all.
Okay.
There's just, like, there's crazy worm action going on in the tunnel.
I can hear that, okay.
Okay, so that one, that one that's bit you 3 times now is bloodied, and I think he's just going to start running, because he's just, like, keeps biting this thing, and it's, like, not even worth it, because it's, like, melting his beak off. And then, oh, man, that's so much damage. Okay. All right, now we're at the top of the order. So, Kyle, you choose red or white.
White.
White is higher, so you go first.
Well, I'm just going to cantrip him again.
Okay, just try to firebolt him.
Yeah.
You are still within melee, which means he can Mage Slayer opportunity attack, and it's at disadvantage. Unless you want to run past him and get out of the melee.
But he just gets an opportunity.
You get an opportunity attack either way, yeah. But you would not have disadvantage.
So would that make it?
If you can get more than 5
I'll
feet
choose
away
that
from him.
one.
So you want to run like into the room.
Because he's got Sentinel. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so he's going to try, you're going to try to run past him. First things first is the Grick that's behind you gets an attack of opportunity. Miss, of course. Okay, do you want to take a swing at him, attack of opportunity style, Centaur?
I will take that attack of opportunity.
Okay, all right.
Wear him down as much as you can. I need help.
You hit. Are you using a silvery barbs reaction, or are you taking the hit? kobold?
Let's see. Oh, again. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
You're not.
Sure. Yeah, might as well.
Okay. I'll make him re-roll. Oh, wait, you use silvery barbs. You gave yourself advantage. So, even if you silvery bar... How does it work if he has advantage?
If he has advantage, I silvery barbs, he only rolls one.
He
So
still
it's the
just rolls
same thing
one.
with like...
Okay. Okay, so then...
Yeah.
Okay, so his silvery barbs makes your attack of opportunity miss then. So he does get past, and you do get 10 feet away from him. So now you can turn around and firebolt him without disadvantage. Oh, I guess
That's what I would like to do.
I guess with advantage because you silvery barbs for yourself, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? That's true. All right, ready? I rolled a 5 and a 4, which would be the max is a 15. I don't think that's your AC, is it, Centaur?
AC is 18.
All right, he dodges a firebolt and he stays in the game.
Your dice suck.
Whatever, you've been way luckier than him so far.
Oh, I know.
All right, so
Well,
let me
dang
get
it.
my horse back up here because he's in. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Drew, it is your turn. Your reaction is gone, but you have your whole turn right now.
Okay.
Feel the wrath of the Filian family.
We're in the larger area, right?
Mm-hmm. You're in one of the like rooms, yeah. By larger, it's
Okay.
like 15 to 20 feet in any given direction.
All right. So I'm gonna do a couple things.
Okay.
One, for my bonus action, I'm going to activate my Mantle of Fire.
Your mantle of fire, is that like fire area damage?
So what it does is I'm surrounded by flames and put off like a glow.
Okay.
And it allows me to add my charisma bonus to my fire-based damage.
Okay.
And then I also deal out charisma. I also deal out fire damage anytime I get hit.
Okay. So like a damage shield. Okay, cool. So that's your bonus action to activate that?
Yes, bonus action to activate that. Then I'm going to run past him because of Ashnod's Stride is still active.
Okay. Is Astron's
geez.
stride, is it concentration or not?
Let me double check on that. That's a great
I
question.
believe
sir.
it is.
It could be.
Well, you don't have anything going yet, and
It's concentration, so I'm
Okay.
guessing
I just need to roll a quick
You can roll it.
Let's do a concentration. What's your Constitution saving throw? Real fast.
6.
Okay. Is it 10? 10 is the lowest for the like thing. You failed,
Yeah.
so you don't have a Chardalon's charge or whatever.
Okay. Oh well, then I'm just going to run to the other end of the room, and I'm gonna with my 50 speed, and then I'm just going to fireball his face.
Okay. Wait, you're running like at him or like back and then back towards him?
Like so, it's like an open area, and like a tunnel's coming off this way. He went out this way. I'm gonna go around, like the edge of the room.
Okay. And do you want to get back to him or avoid him?
I'm
Sorry.
just trying to put a little bit of distance so the fireball doesn't also hurt me.
Oh, fireball.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. How big is a fireball? 20 by 20?
I don't know.
I think it is. If you run into the corner of the room,
Yeah.
you can be
20
safe
foot
from it.
Yeah, 20
Okay,
foot radius.
Okay. I got you in the corner of the room across from the kobold, so if you toss a fireball at him, it's just going to hit him.
Boom. Fireball his face.
Dex saving throw? So, what do you got, Sagan?
Let's see.
What's your dex saving throw?
Dex is 4.
He succeeded, so half damage, which it would have been. Oh wait, it's half damage, and then he has resistance. So
It's half and then halved again with
yeah,
resistance.
so he'll take quarter
Wait a
damage.
minute. Sorry, 3. Does that change my success?
No, I rolled a 17. So sorry, Drew. Is it just level 3, 8d6?
Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I wonder why I show up.
Stop it! Stop it! You're still up. You're throwing fireballs. Everyone's okay.
You've survived longer than you should have, honestly.
That's true.
Everyone's still in it to win it, guys. Don't worry.
All right.
Listen, if Gorna was here,
If Gorno was, if someone was here with hold person, you'd all be in trouble. Okay, so the total was 25, so half twice. So take 6 damage, Sagan. 6 damage.
hey,
Hey, was that with my charisma added to it?
Oh, sorry. I did not add your charisma. What is your total charisma?
2.
2? Okay, so it'd be... So it takes 7 instead of 6. 7 damage, yeah. Hey, you gotta nickel and dime the enemy, right? Okay, so that
I
is...
hate that there was no communication between us, and his character happens to be a hard counter for mine.
Yeah, it's kind of a very strange situation. So maybe you need to get your dark elf in there with you. Speaking of dark elves,
My turn.
That's right.
Okay. He's sitting in his necklace, so I guess I'm just gonna move within 30 feet of the kobold.
you're going down the tunnel, is what you're saying.
yeah, you can get.
Yeah.
You can
I'm just gonna get where I
it's
can
like
see him.
you'll get through the tunnel and enter into the room at 30 speed. So you can see the kobold. He's within 10 feet of you from where you get out of the tunnel.
Any attacks from the Gricks?
And no attacks from the Gricks because he's got that heavy obscure
Heavy
aura.
obscurement. Yep.
Oh, all right.
Speaking of which, I am marking your turns on that. You're at 3 turns on that and 2 on your tattoo. Either way,
Cool.
what would you like to do? You're within 10 feet of the kobold. He's right in front of you.
And I know he's there
I
then.
guess.
Yeah. You can tell he's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna throw
Well, you can...
some weapon attacks at him.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you can do weapon attacks from 30 feet
Yeah.
away now. Okay.
Yep.
Your heavy obscurement does not give you advantage against him because of blind
It
fighting.
does not, no.
So just 2...
Which means elven accuracy doesn't either, so it's just
okay.
just one regular roll.
Just good at one
I will
regular
not take the
roll.
-5.
Right. Good
I'm
call.
not taking the -5
Okay,
on
good
this.
good call. So what's your total plus then?
+9.
Plus 9 on each. Okay, 21 AC. We got whiff. Miss. I rolled a
Dang.
4 and an 8. Whoosh. Sugan is this.
Those guys are not happy with me today. All right.
Sugan is he's
That's
just
all
a
I've
tiny
got.
little beast and he's hard to hit. You didn't do any bonus actions, but I assume it's probably mostly spells or
Don't
whatever.
got anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damien, are you waiting? From what you can tell, the chaos of the worm battle outside is slowed down.
I have a flying speed of 30
30 feet.
during which I can hover, and then I can use this bonus action a number of times. Bonus.
Okay. So you can fly
the
now.
next 10
When you
minutes
come
I can
back
fly.
out, you can fly.
Yeah. When I come back out, I'm flying.
Do you want to do anything with your action or just sit down and
I don't think
take a
there is
breather?
any actions I can do. I think I'm just gonna
You could
take a
dash.
breather.
You could dash inside your.
Yeah, I'll do a lap.
He's running around getting all the little healing wards all over.
It's 20 foot thing, so I'm just gonna loop around.
Okay, you can hear all the like Grick and the Grick alphas are all like piling down the like tunnel coming towards you, but you hear them like yelling and snapping at each other. So I'll give you guys a reprieve from the stupid worms for a turn. The red one that the one I'd say red one because he's a red thing on this board, but the one that bit you three or like hit you 3 times and it's like he's at like less than half health. He's just running. He's had enough. No more for him. Okay, we're back to the top of the order. Drew, red or white?
Red.
White is higher. Kyle's first. All right, Cobalt, you got 2 opponents now.
And one of them's within 10 feet of me.
One's within 10 feet.
Yep.
The other is about 20 feet away.
5 feet towards the centaur. And use my action to cast Burning Hands.
Okay. Dex saving throw then. What is your DC?
You know what?
But he takes... I mean, does it matter? He's got 1 HP and he takes 1 no matter what, even if he saves.
Do you have anything?
Not if I counterspell.
That's true. Are you going to counterspell?
I think I'm going to counterspell it, yep.
Okay. And it's a level 1 spell, so it's automatic success. Womp womp.
Yep.
I'm going to counterspell. No, I can't. That's a
You
spell.
can't counterspell a spell because
spell.
burning spell. Yeah, there we go. Oh no.
Yes.
Action economy. It's everywhere now. Okay. Do you have any bonus actions you want to do, Cobalt?
I'm going to cry.
Crying's a free action. We've been over this.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I had
disappointed.
counterspell.
Oh, good thing too.
Oh,
If you guys can like bum rush him right now, this is like your one chance.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's all we've got.
All right. Let's see. No, it's as an action. I can't do it. Okay. All right.
You're just done then?
I think so. I don't have very many bonus action stuff. Let me just look through it again. I can't do other spells.
Yeah, there's no
Unless
cantrips, and I doubt there's an action for you to take because you're mostly magic. All right, then we're going Drew, then Ethan. So, Drew, you ran up in the corner and he started like cackling flames out, and you like saw your life flash before your eyes. But then your partner suddenly like jumps into the room and like quickly throws out a hand and a like pink swirly like absorbs the fire, and you like.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I have one last chance.
Wait a minute. No, I do have... Wait a minute.
What has he got?
Action Surge.
Hey, there we go.
Action surge.
Action surge and
I will
a cantrip.
And a cantrip. That's my best bet.
Yeah, it is. Okay. It's just a straight roll. No advantages or anything. Technically, Drew, you can still Silvery Barbs this, I believe, but then you won't be able to cast a spell on your actual turn. But just in case, I'm just letting you know.
No, he can because this is my turn, so on his turn he would be able to cast
Oh,
a
yeah,
spell.
he still could because this is his turn. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, well, either way, let's see if the Firebolt hits. Plus 10 to hit?
Yes.
Okay, it hit. So, Silvery Barbs. I rolled better. It still hits. I mean, you had to try, right?
I think
I tried.
Silvery Barbs, he still gets to give advantage, even though it didn't work.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You can give advantage to your...
Ethan advantage.
Okay, so you have advantage on at least your next attack roll.
And then...
Already had it.
So
15 feet away.
so the centaur gets hit by a bolt of fire and is like, oh, and as he's like falling to the ground, he like slowly like seeps out of reality, and his like body is like pulled out of the Arcane Engine's pocket dimension. On the other side, Nathan.
Hold on,
Oh, wait.
Steven. The mage that put us in this Arcane Engine, he needs to roll initiative. The centaur's coming in drunk and angry.
Ah!
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Well, let me explain what's happening when you get on the other side first. So when you're on the other side, you can see that the wizard's using the engine, and there's like this. you could see this like the portal that you can see through, and you can see what's going on in the caves with them. But you can also see that there's these like open scrying portals where it's like showing. You could tell that like the same view you're able to see is also viewed in the middle of like the giant stadium in the main like Capitol building. So you can tell that like this contest, even though it feels like weird and like isolated you guys, it's actually like being like broadcast to like the Kingdom of Kriegeland in like their biggest stadium. So you see like this kind of like, oh, like you realize like the stakes and the visualization, and then that's probably when the rage kicks in. So, you charge the wizard. I'm not gonna roll initiative because you have like 1 health, and there's guards and some other guys that are there to like kind of grab you and like, hey, hold on, they can't be.
Oh no, my character's perfectly fine, just fireball detonating himself.
Okay, so the centaur starts throwing fireballs and raging, and like, actually, we'll talk about that. It'll come to fruition throughout like the next turn because some of the reality is gonna like mess up and stuff. Yes, Kyle.
Because I had my Hexblade's curse on him, I do gain 5 HP.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Okay.
All right, Ethan, it is your turn.
From the HP you didn't lose?
What was that? I took 11 damage total. Let's calm down here.
Now he's taking 6.
I am gonna step more into the room so I'm out of his blind sight.
Okay. You want to be like 15 feet.
It would still be an attack.
Do I get an attack of
It would still
opportunity?
be an attack,
You do not,
yes.
because you would if he wasn't obscured in shadows.
Well,
I got blind fight.
Because of blind
because of
sight,
blind
it
fight.
goes right through
That's
that.
right.
So
That's
he
right.
does, yeah.
So do you not want to move past him then because it doesn't matter?
I can take it. I'll
Okay,
take
you'll
whatever
go for whatever it is. What is this? Just a.
Yep.
You don't have like Warcaster or anything, right? So you can't do like a cantrip to attack him.
No, that would have been the next feat I got.
Yeah.
So I won't take one.
You won't take an attack of opportunity?
I will allow him to leave my...
Leave the blind sight area?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good
that's
call.
a bold choice right there.
Run!
Okay, so you get 2 swings, both with advantage because you're outside of his blind fighting and you're heavily obscured. You would have the advantage from Silvery Barbs for one of them either way, but let's see what happens.
So
as well as
how far
elven
away is he from me?
accuracy.
15.
What is
He's
he?
15
Oh, he's-
feet away.
Yeah, 15.
He's like shooting me?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like
Okay.
he's basically like
Yeah.
slashing through the
Yeah.
air with his greatsword, and it's like sending like arcs of shadowy like death at you.
Oh.
I think, give or take.
Oh.
Yep. I will be taking the -5 on both of them.
Okay, so that's a +5 to hit instead of a +9,
Yes.
or +4 to hit instead.
Yeah,
Okay,
+4.
so that first one I got a
+9.
21, so that one did hit. Nat
Reaction.
20!
I
Oh.
am Eldritch Smiting this bastard.
Hold on. He might
Hold on.
Silvery Barbs or something. So we got a hit and a crit. I should have seen if he was Silvery Barbs the first one first, because he was about to say it.
Well, I was about to say shield.
Oh, okay.
So I'll still do that because I would have
'Cause that makes-
activated that
yeah.
on the 21.
And then that would make the first one miss, but then the crit still goes through.
Correct.
Okay, so Eldritch
Correct.
Smite is something you can do only when you're crit, or you're just waited for the crit?
I just waited for the crit.
Okay, what does it do?
Do you have 66
Where's
and
my
10d8?
teammate?
Oh, so 6d6
Wait,
for the
what?
slashing and necrotic, just base, right? For critting.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
And then
sorry. Wait,
10d6 because it's a 5th level.
let me
well,
finish.
10d8
Let me
because
finish this
5th level
critical real
Eldritch.
quick. Not
Yes.
okay. Second 20 didn't happen. So okay. So sorry. One more time. 6d6 is slashing and necrotic, just for the hit,
Yes.
and then you get plus
Yep.
10, plus 9.
Yes, plus 19 for that hit, and then
How much is-
Eldritch Smite, which also doubles.
And what is Eldritch
Is-
Smite?
10.
So it's a 5th level smite, so it's 5d8, which doubles to make it 10d8.
Yeah. It's a lot of damage.
That's a lot
This
of
is-
damage. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Drew, I
This
think
is-
you might get avenged here.
Let's see. I'm still hardy.
It's true. It's true. All right. Ooh, okay. Let's see what happens.
Let me pull up my calculator.
$84.
And he's silent again.
80.
Am I?
Oh no.
Oh.
He's silent because he's checking his health.
How much did you say?
84 damage.
84. It's a lot. He rolled well.
I did. I rolled pretty good. There was a lot of 7s and 8s and 6s in there. It was pretty.
Yeah, you're
pretty
still
gnarly.
up, which means you're still using the calculator, which means you're still.
He's got to still be up, right?
How in the fuck?
Oh, my. Hold on. Give me a second.
He has some fighter levels and some sorcerer levels, and so he's a little tough. And the draconic bloodline sorcerer gives you more HP. You have 2 health?
Just maxed out his health.
He has 2 hit points!
Oh, don't worry, because with Great Weapon Master, since I got a critical strike, I get to make another weapon attack
As a bonus attack!
Oh!
Oh, no.
I wasn't
With
made
advantage!
for 1v1.
With advantage!
Does he... Oh, are you doing the minus
I
5
will take
still?
the -5. I am taking the -5 because I don't know you're at 2.
That's true. So that you actually missed on the last one.
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank God. Okay.
All right,
It's my turn
Damien.
now?
Yeah, you bonus actioning back?
Yeah, so I was gonna bonus action back, and since I'm flying, I'm just gonna fly right through.
Okay, so you're just flying down the tunnel into
Yeah,
where...
because that ignores the difficult terrain.
Yes, it's true. If you want to fly past into the room, you will have to fly past the 2 Gricks, though. So they'll be waiting to snatch your little birdie butt out of the air.
Okay. You know, we haven't used my pseudo dragon.
Well, that's up to you, man. Do you want to send him to do something?
I'm gonna send him after those guys.
After the Gricks?
Yeah.
All right, I'll roll his
I'm gonna
distract.
use him as bait.
I'll let him, yeah. So I'll let him fly, and they'll
I
try
want
to...
him to distract.
No, that's
and then
true.
I can fly right through.
You send him through. I'm not even going to roll. They just absorb the... He just absorbs the attack for opportunity, but one of them snatches him out of the air and eats him, so he's done. But it gives you the opportunity.
Find familiar.
It at least gets you through and to the room. So the
Seriously, come back.
the tiefling comes
Magic.
flying in.
Everything cut up.
All right, go ahead. You fly into the room. You can see a very injured kobold and a huffing, partially injured dark elf. And now the tiefling's back, dark elf. You see him come flying into the room.
Okay. Now I have a very important decision here of which spell do I want to use my last slot on.
That is a very interesting question.
Your last.
Sacred Flame.
No.
Oh man, it's so hard to choose. There's so many. I'm going to hold person. Because I still took the spell, even though I was also planning on having the...
Oh, here we go. Hold person. So that's a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw or be paralyzed for the duration.
What do you got?
Duration of
What do you got
1
on a
minute.
wisdom saving
Suboptimal.
throw?
I've got a +4.
+4? Okay,
Ooh.
that's not too bad. And what your save DC is a 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Nat 20, save no problem.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs! He's
Bastard.
doing it. He's silvery barbsing you. You still got the spell slots for it, right, Cobalt?
No.
That was
Yeah.
my only spell slot.
Okay. Okay. The silvery barbs causes him to fail, so he is held personed.
He's
And I will give
held.
the advantage to my teammate.
And give advantage to your teammate. Well, it goes top of the order now, so it is up to you, Kyle.
All right. Well, he's held person, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to move in
He's paralyzed. Can't do anything.
Move in and Scorching Ray.
for 5 feet, and I'll click and spell Scorching Ray as a bonus action.
Okay.
I flew in like an angel of death.
I tried.
So these all crit, right? If they hit,
at level 4. At level 4.
and they all crit.
Read
How
the
much
rule.
HP do you have?
I believe technically the rule is if they're paralyzed and you do a hand-to-hand attack, it's crit. I'm technically doing a ranged, but within 5 feet.
I don't think it's hand-to-hand attack. I think it says if you
Paralyzed-
any
a
attacks
paralyzed
if you're
creature
within
is
5 feet.
incapacitated. It says a paralyzed creature is incapacitated and can't move or speak. The creature automatically fails strength and dexterity save. Attack rolls against it have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within the creature.
Yeah. So you just have to be within 5 feet, and it's still a
And
crit.
it's an auto crit if it hits, and you have advantage.
Well, technically he has
I don't have a
advantage
ton of
and
health
disadvantage
left,
because it's a
so-
ranged spell attack. But how much health do you have?
24.
Okay. So how many beams is it at level 4? Is that 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
5.
And what's your AC? Oh man,
I've got a 16.
4 of them hit. So take 5 fire damage, 10 fire damage, so 15. Another 9. So that's 24 plus 2 more, so 26.
And because of my
Yep,
draconic
I'm down.
bloodline, an additional 16 because it's fire damage.
Yeah, because it's fire damage, so another 16. So you're down there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reality.
And I'm
So
gonna start
he
hovering
in the
gets
air
pulled.
and
He gets
Fortnite
pulled. He
dancing
gets
on his
pulled out of the
corpse.
arcane engine. The reality starts to end as you come through, and you're like, like curse. They must have like someone cheated me or something. You're all like, I don't know how your dark elf acts. I'm sure he's butthurt at least a little bit. It's kind of matter. But as he
Very moody.
as he
moody.
comes through, he sees that there's this your drunken centaur partner has like punched out a few like random like merchant looking guys, like money exchanger guys, and there's like burn marks everywhere, and the wizard like shuts down the machine, and there's all this like chaos going on as they kind of like wind things down and get the centaur cooled off. Okay, as the final blow is struck, a wave of colorful magical energy bursts out around you as the cave melts away into cracked hewn stone and the darkness seeps away for the sunlight streaking into the chamber of the arcane engine. The wizard falls to one knee, winded as a portly man dressed in a fine fur cloak and many jeweled rings approaches you all. He tongues at a scabby area on his lower lip as he speaks. Excellent, excellent. A brilliant show. Here are your much-earned winnings. He hands a small leather bag to each of you. The loser's sack contains a small sum of gold coin, and the winners receive a collection of gems that should likely fetch a significantly more gold. The man looks to the wizard and says, "You've done well, Valerio. I shall inform all of my networks that the call for champions is ready. We are going to make kings into paupers with the wealth we will accrue." And that is the end. Good work, everyone.
Oh, that was fun.
That was
80. How much
that
damage
went-
did you do?
that
80.
84.
Wow.
84 in that
Or damage.
final
Wow.
smite, and it was 2 HP off to
one
drop
hit.
you. Yeah, in one hit. So
Jesus.
I felt as useless as tits on a board.
it
did too until that one hit.
the
That one hit made it all worth
like
it.
the honesty of it was like your character was super cool. It's just that like invisibility and fire were like the absolute 2 things Kyle could counter for whatever reason. He's like a blind fighting, fire resisting fire mage, and you're like,
It's
go ahead.
It's not even like the blind fighting's not even meant to see invisibility. It's because kobolds have sunlight sensitivity. So if we were in direct sunlight, I was gonna blindfold myself
Yeah,
and
he
make my
was
teammate.
he was
keep me
gonna
within
like
10
he
feet
was
of you.
he was setting
So
up to like a counter sunlight sensitivity, but it actually ended up being like so useful in this fight, in this situation. So, as always, thank you all for coming and playing. Obviously,
Oh,
I understand that the harsh
man, it was
competition
fun.
between brothers will bring out some bad moods for a week or two. I expect a spirited rematch at some point. But I appreciate you
This is
My
all.
gonna
gosh,
be the
though.
hardest one.
That
for
was
you to
crazy.
edit.
I got crazy though. It was fun though. It was good. So anyway, thanks for all of you for coming. As always, go to hokrpg.com to join in the adventures so I can stop looking at these ugly faces and their disconnecting mics. Thank you
Do your best.
and good night.